Welcome, one and all, on back to the Point of View podcast, episode 4. You might be wondering why you hear the beat to King's Dead by Kendrick Lamar at the beginning of our podcast. Well, that is because the great Kade composed the awesome soundtrack to one of the best Marvel movies that has ever dropped, Black Panther. Now, before we get on into the material, we want you all to remember that, of course, here at the Point of View podcast, everything we tell you is true.
From a certain point of view.
Yes, from a certain point of view. Thank you, Obi-Wan. Even though you don't belong in this universe that we're about to talk about. I don't care. Obi-Wan's an amazing Jedi.
Not even a little bit.
We have, returning for his second episode, Mr. Jerrod Arkin. How you doing, man?
I have officially been on half of these podcasts now. So if I was in the MLB, I would be in the Hall of Fame. I'd have a 50% batting average. Wait, that's not how batting average is.
You
a
have
500 batting average.
Oh, man, it's good to have you back, bro.
Yeah, good to be here.
Yeah,
Glad
man.
we can talk about a movie.
Talk about Wakanda.
Yeah, Wakanda.
Oh, yeah. Now, before we, again, once we, we're going to get into the material here in just a few minutes, but before we do that, we're going to talk about something that is very, very frustrating to
I also
myself.
just realized I was clicking this pen throughout the
I see the
beginning.
peaks and valleys.
Is it really
click,
in there?
click, click, click. It's okay. I was like, he'll stop at some point.
Yeah,
clicking the stupid pen.
I did not even realize I was doing that. I also didn't even realize the mic was going to pick it up.
That's okay.
Sorry about
That's
that,
perfect,
everyone.
man. Hey, you're talking loud into the microphone. I am too, so we can hear each other.
Which is something I was not doing last time.
Yes,
I learned.
for sure. I just had to crank the stereo all the way up.
Yeah.
It was okay, though, because I still heard your amazing points about The Last Jedi. But anyways, where was I? Yeah, before we get into this podcast, we're going to talk about something that is very, very stupid. And
Yeah.
now, not stupid in the sense that stupid material, but the people who are doing this are utter morons. And I don't even want them listening to this podcast. So for the 10 people that listen to this, I'm glad that I know those 10 people, and those 10 people are not of this group of people. Now, this group of people that we're talking about are these DC comic loyalists that were trying to tank the reviews of the Black Panther because they're DC comic loyalists. Look, there is not a bigger level of idiocracy than that. And I'm coming out swinging for the fences.
Yeah.
Putting the dukes up, because this is absolutely ridiculous that people still do this type of crap. Dude, DC Comics, I love DC. Personally, and I can say this I can say this with total honesty, that I think that the DC roster of heroes and villains is a little bit more stacked in terms of cool abilities and heroes in general than Marvel is.
Yeah,
You and I have had long conversations about this.
I prefer the heroes. I prefer the villains. I generally prefer the storylines too.
Yeah, the problem is the movies suck.
Yeah, they
except
do.
Except
They're
for
real
Wonder
bad.
Woman. Except for Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I mean, Justice League was... meh.
And I haven't even seen Justice League yet. I'm just waiting for it to come out on DVD or whatever.
Yeah.
I just have no desire to see it after Batman v Superman.
Oh, it was
which
terrible.
I hated, and Man of Steel is fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Retrospectively.
You know where the franchise went wrong is having Superman kill.
I
think that-
and having Superman be killed.
Yeah, okay, sure. But him taking out... I'm blanking on his name, of
Zod.
course. Thank you.
Yeah.
Zod, yeah. Taking out Base Nectar Zod.
Yeah.
The sound effects.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
I think is what kind of set DC movies kind of on just a bad path.
Yeah.
I mean, they did get flack for it.
They did.
Christopher Nolan took a big hit.
Yeah, the issue is
just
they
from
didn't
critics and fans.
And then they didn't learn from it, because then they had Batman be a murderer, essentially.
Yeah, no, totally. Now, before we digress too much into DC,
movie.
obviously we're talking about the MCU today.
Yeah.
But we're talking about DC right now because, again, the people that were trying to tank this movie, honestly, get out of here. Absolutely ridiculous. It's so frustrating, man.
And apparently they're the people that they claim, like, these people are running around like they're ISIS, taking claim for a terrorist attack. They're the ones that take claim for ruining The Last Jedi Rotten Tomatoes score.
Seriously, wait, they do?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Or it's, I guess, like, one of the people heading this up is, which, first off, I also have to say one other thing. It didn't work, first off, because this movie has a 79% user score on Rotten Tomatoes. So this did not work.
It'll go up.
Yeah.
It'll go up as the movie goes out for the next 2 months. Dude, look at the records it broke in the box office. It's got over $400 million worldwide right now.
Yeah. Oh, no,
it's groundbreaking.
It's up to like almost 800 million now.
Yeah, Black Panther is absolutely
this movie
it bursted barriers.
Yeah. It's going to make more money than any DC movie.
It went full on juggernaut.
Yeah.
Around all these box offices.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely blew the walls, the ceiling, and the windows out. Mm-hmm. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It makes me so happy to see that happen. Just because, obviously this movie is hitting home for a lot of people that are of minorities, and we don't really ever talk about that type of stuff on the podcast, and we won't start to. No, just because this isn't a political type of podcast.
Because I can't talk about it.
No. Just in terms of...
For those of you who don't know, I am a half-black person. So there you go.
I don't know how to respond right now.
Keep going. Continue.
Do I say anything? Or do
no.
I Wakanda forever? I don't but yeah, where was I going with that? Yeah, no, and I think it's awesome how this movie has had such a great outreach, and also too, this movie by itself. I was talking to someone at work today who was not like a super like heavy Marvel fan.
Yeah.
If you went and saw this movie not being super into Marvel heroes, you'd still love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you don't need to know everything about the MCU to know what's going on.
A lot of it like didn't even. I won't even say didn't tie in because it did tie in.
It did.
It didn't. It wasn't like setting up another movie. There wasn't a whole lot of that. It wasn't
Ant-Man.
like
Ant-Man
it
was
wasn't
a setup.
Ant-Man, exactly.
Good film. Just a setup.
Exactly. Yeah, it didn't feel like a setup for the Avengers or Civil War.
Oh, totally. Even though it totally is.
I guess now.
Which is why it's brilliantly done. It is a setup, but it wasn't shot like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And like how you're talking about in terms of tie-ins, that segues us perfectly into our next point, or our first real point is where this movie starts off. So obviously, spoiler alert for people who are listening: get out from under the rock you're sleeping under and go see this movie.
Yeah, I think everyone on the planet has pretty much seen this movie at this point.
Look at the box office revenue,
except for the DC, the DC Rotten Tomatoes
loyalists.
tankers. They're the only ones that are holding out.
Yep. So this movie takes place about a week after Civil War.
Yeah.
T'Challa is struggling with his new responsibilities of being king, or about to be king, and this was pretty clearly shown. Ulysses Claw is on the move.
Yeah.
And as we see Claw kind of on the move, this is when we get introduced to Killmonger, who is a G. This guy was awesome.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Michael B. Jordan is quickly becoming one of my favorite actors now in Hollywood.
First off, I think you mean Michael Bay Jordan.
Michael Bay.
And, no, I totally agree with that. He's really been great in all the stuff that he's been doing.
What caught my
recently.
attention was Creed.
Yeah. No,
I know he was in Fantastic Four. I know he was in. Wasn't he in?
He was in Fantastic
He was,
Four.
and
he was in Chronicle. That was really the first thing that I remember.
That's the first
him
movie,
from.
and he was scrawny in Chronicle too. You've seen how much he's grown, like as a person, legitimately, and also just muscularly.
He's huge now.
He's gotten huge for these roles that he's taking. Creed 2 trailer also I think drops soon because that movie comes out in November.
Oh yeah,
I'm stoked.
Is it
for that.
November?
November this year.
It's coming up soon.
He's fighting.
Drago's son.
Drago's son.
Drago's son.
Yeah. But anyways, Michael B. Jordan is fantastic as Killmonger, and I think he's one of the better portrayed villains in the MCU to date.
I think he
might be the best.
I think he is the best, if you ask me, because he is one of the few villains in the MCU that I feel is not just a cackling lunatic that gets about 20 minutes of screen time.
You know what I know? You know what I immediately thought? Oh, let me rephrase that. You know what made me think that he is the best villain, or one of the best villains they've had? Because at the end of the film, I did not want him to get killed off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I wanted him to survive. I want him to turn good or something.
He also, another thing about it is he also delivers like the most powerful line in the MCU at the end of the movie.
His very last line?
Yeah. what was it?
I
like
ca-
just
I don't-
off the
I
top
don't-
of my head, it
I
was
don't-
something like
I'm not even gonna try to quote it because it's so powerful.
yeah.
But it was very hard hitting. Basically talking about his people.
Yeah,
in
it was
Oakland.
bury me in the ocean with my ancestors who jumped off the boat because they knew that
Death was better than
that
living.
death was better than bondage,
Yeah.
basically. And I thought that was, that's the realest line that's ever been in one of these
That
movies
is the
before.
the realest line next to Cap's line in Age of Ultron when he's like, every time someone tries to win a war before it starts, innocent people die. Every time.
Yeah, that's another good
That
one
line
too.
is
That's
awesome,
another
too.
really good one.
That's a classic Cap
Yeah.
line. Yeah, man. So what do you say we jump into the good of this movie? What do you think?
Yeah,
right.
sounds good to me.
You want to lead us in?
Sure. First thing on this show sheet that we have right here, like to show people how the podcast gets made.
They can
behind
see.
the scenes.
They can see through
They
the
can
sound.
see it. You have action sequences that's written down.
Yes, I loved the action in this movie. You know what my favorite sequence was?
Yeah.
Is when he's on top of the car and he has that kinetic energy stored up, explodes the car,
Yeah.
does like a super crazy invert to the next vehicle. So he like basically compresses the car down, makes it start flipping, flies around in the air, and I'm flipping for people that are visualizing.
I can see
I'm
it.
flipping in
no
my
one else
chair.
can.
And then lands.
Yeah.
And the car's still tumbling behind him. One of the coolest sequences I've ever seen. The
Yeah.
CGI was beautiful in that sequence.
In that sequence, it was really.
Because
There
it's
was
really
one.
tough to CGI stuff like that
Yeah.
and make it look good. It's just hard. It's hard to CGI stuff like that, and they absolutely knocked it out of the park.
There were a couple of other sequences where I thought the CGI was a bit rubbery.
Like where?
The one that kind of came to mind for me was when Black Panther and Killmonger were falling down into the
That's so hard to shoot.
Great
It's-
Mountain. It is.
It looked
is.
rubbery.
I know
it
that's
looked rubbery
really
in the James Bond film where Daniel
That's-
Craig's falling out of the plane.
Yeah.
It's so hard to do sequences like that.
No,
I
and
don't know why they keep trying.
that's kind of the thing about it is why do they keep trying? Because it's always gonna look a bit wonky. But yeah, no, the action was really good. I like that fight in the casino.
Yeah,
That was also really good too. Felt very James Bond.
it did.
Yeah.
I also loved, dude. Anytime a Marvel movie has Kendrick Lamar playing in the background, and in The Weeknd, it's just awesome. It's so great.
know.
I
know.
absolutely loved the score to this movie.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, because I honestly can't remember the music in any other Marvel movie except for this one. if
Yeah,
I'm totally
everyone knows
honest.
the Avengers theme, but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean,
That's about it.
And,
Yeah. So I guess we touched on the action sequences a little bit. You know what? Let's dig into this a little bit more actually, because I thought that the choreography of the fights was great.
it was good, especially that last fight sequence
Oh, yeah.
too. Yeah, when they had the Jabari come and what are they called? Dora Milaje, fighting against each other basically,
Yeah.
what was it? Daniel Kaluuya's guards. I don't remember exactly what they're called, but yeah, no, that was a really well choreographed sequence.
Yeah.
Had a good rhino in it.
Those rhinos were sick.
Yeah, I
Those
know.
rhinos were sick. That's ripped straight out of the comics.
I know, that was
It
great.
makes me so happy when they do that.
I like
It's
it
just
too.
it's so great when they're loyal to the comics.
Because this was also, I mean, obviously they changed stuff, and I don't have the most extensive knowledge of Black Panther. I've mostly just read the Ta-Nehisi Coates run on
Yeah.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
So I don't know everything about it, but it is fairly faithful.
You know what?
As an interpretation.
I think here's the only thing they changed. Well,
they changed
what?
Killmonger's origin. They changed.
they changed. That's the obvious one. They changed.
And they changed it for the better, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
To reach hearts.
Exactly.
So they changed that. That was an obvious thing that they changed. But one thing they also changed. I don't think it's in the comics. They changed it for when the MCU first started 10 years ago. Or I guess 11. No, 10 years ago.
Was it 10 years ago?
Oh wait, when did Incredible Hulk come out? Because
Ooh.
Edward Norton's Hulk is part of this universe. They just brought in Mark Ruffalo.
They just brought in Mark Ruffalo. Well, the first one was Iron Man, and then it was Incredible
Then it was Hulk,
right?
okay.
And that
Yeah.
was...
Oh, you know what? You're right, because Tony Stark shows up at the end of it,
Yeah,
talking to
yeah.
General.
Ross. Yeah.
Ross, thank you. Where was I going with that? Yeah, so the origin story that changed. It was that T'Challa had already had the heart-shaped herb for like 10 years. He had already been the Black Panther since '08.
Oh.
His father passed on the mantle of Black Panther because he was too old. Because he got too old.
Okay.
He knew he was too old to be the Black Panther, so he gave it to T'Challa, which is completely within the Wakanda law. They could do that. That's his heir.
Yeah.
So he passed on the throne of Black Panther, not the kingship.
Yeah. It'd also be kind of weird in this universe to have a 60-year-old dude running around.
Well, see, it wasn't even that, because what confused me, and I had to research it, was so when he fights, oh man, I forget all the characters' names. When we record, it's so stupid.
Are you talking about when they're on Warrior Falls?
Yeah, the first fight on Warrior Falls.
Yeah, I think that character's name was M'Baku.
Yes, M'Baku.
Yeah.
Yep. When he fights M'Baku, he gets the heart-shaped herb removed from him.
Yes.
And I'm like, wait a second, he's not even king yet.
Yeah.
Why does he and then I researched, it was like, oh, he already had the herb.
Yeah.
Because normally when you become king, that's when you get the herb. Because that's when you become the Black Panther.
But because he was Black Panther before that, he already
had to get it
had
removed.
it. Yeah. And he had to. Okay.
Yeah. So kudos to actually a coworker of mine, Justin Ram.
For pointing that out.
He helped me with that. He pointed that out to me. Because I was really confused. I was like, okay, what? I was really I didn't catch that. I didn't know because again, it'd be nice if they told us those things beforehand, but they also let you figure it out a little bit.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Because how many comic lines have they done that are based on the MCU, the movies?
Oh, what do you mean by that?
So have they written comics that coincide with stories in between movies or during movies?
They have. I've never read them.
Neither have I. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, they do. They have. I'm pretty sure that they have stuff where it's like, here's Phil Coulson running around meeting Thor or whatever.
Okay.
I don't know what goes on in them just because I've never read them. I don't even know if they're good or not. They might be terrible. Who knows?
They're probably decent.
They're probably fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So we talked about the action sequences now. We touched on that pretty well. The cinematography is also really, really well done, especially that kind of coincides with the action sequences. What was my favorite shot? My favorite shot in the movie, actually, it probably involved a lot of CGI, but it was when he allowed Killmonger to see one sunset in Wakanda.
Oh, yeah.
At the very end.
That was great. He let
Eric see one sunset.
Yeah, another
in Wakanda.
Powerful moment in the movie.
Very powerful.
Because, I mean, I think...
Because it led up to that crazy line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm going to jump around a little bit. I didn't love the start of the movie that much. Probably like the first 30...
The origin story? Or
I'd say maybe like the first 30 to 45 minutes where it was kind of like, he Batmans about and takes out some rebels to get like his ex-girlfriend back. I was kind of like, okay, what is this? And yeah, there was some other stuff too.
Don't
but
freeze.
Then
I never freeze.
Freeze. You always freeze.
Did he freeze? What is it? Like an
Something
antelope
like,
in
like
headlights.
An antelope in headlights. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't really love the movie in the beginning, but it really ended strong.
Yep.
That's not relevant to cinematography at all. No, I thought it was shot really well. There were some weird moments with the sound mixing and
sound mixing was not on point in this movie.
Yeah.
It was good, but it wasn't great.
Yeah, and it also didn't help that there were some real fake accents going on. That kind of makes it difficult to
and this kind of segues into our next point. Dude, Chadwick Boseman, his accent was awesome.
His accent was pretty good.
He killed it.
There were some other ones that were questionable, but...
Like Forrest Whitaker?
Forrest Whitaker's was very questionable. Yeah.
Say to rebellion. Oh, wait. Wrong movie.
Oh, no. Yeah, Chadwick Boseman,
dude, he's also become one of my favorites.
Yeah.
He's played Jackie Robinson.
Yeah.
He's played James Brown. Both those roles, he absolutely knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, and the James Brown movie, Get On Up,
Oh,
it
Get On
wasn't.
Up is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't perfect by any stretch, but he was the best thing about that movie.
Oh,
his
hands down.
performance was incredible.
It was one of my favorite. Honestly, it's one of my favorite movies to ever watch.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because here's the thing. In Get On Up, they actually show how tragic James Brown's life.
They
James
do.
Brown,
They do. Yeah.
James Brown's life was.
Mhm.
There's the verbiage.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
they
get
showed
what you
how
mean.
sad it was.
Yeah.
And then the same thing in Jackie in 42.
Yeah, 42.
With Jackie Robinson, the way he played Jackie Robinson, awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, exactly what I would think Jackie would have behaved like.
Yeah.
Back then.
Yeah. No, and he was great in both those, and he was really good in Civil War.
Yeah. And then so jump into Black Panther. This a role that he has rightfully earned because
Yeah.
of fantastic performances elsewhere.
Yeah. My only thing is, I didn't feel that he was always super engaging in this movie.
Sure, but he wasn't supposed to be.
That's what I was about to say next. I understand that was exactly the point that they were going for. He was supposed to be very regal, very reserved in some ways. It was about to be, he was a king. It was supposed to be a lot of subtle introspection with that role, which isn't always, you're not necessarily going to look great doing that when you have like Andy Serkising about around you and Michael B. Jordan just delivering probably the best performance of the movie.
Freaking Claw.
Yeah, we need to talk about that at some point.
It's okay. I always leave one person to go tell. Go. Pop. It's like, oh man, that's so mean.
He's terrible.
You're so terrible, Claw. You're a lunatic.
Yeah.
I liked T'Challa, his relationship with his little sister.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
No,
that
that
was
was good.
engaging.
Yeah, that was the best relationship I thought in
Yeah.
the movie, probably.
Yeah.
He just
a good friendship.
Yeah, to me, there were some moments where he felt a little too chill for me.
Sure.
I would have liked him to do a little bit more, but overall, I thought it was a pretty good performance, and he had some good moments in it too. He had some really good moments.
Yep. Now moving on to MBJ.
Yeah.
He absolutely. I mean, we talked about Killmonger already. Michael B. Jordan absolutely killed it.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
just amazing.
And the craziest thing about this is the only villain in the MCU. Going back to that point about him being probably the best villain in the MCU, he's the only one that you can look at and be like,
I get why you're pissed.
Yeah, on some level,
I
you're
get
right.
why you're mad.
Obviously, you're going about this in the completely wrong way, but you're right on some level.
Yeah.
And I think that is something that was really great about the character.
Best line. I found my daddy with panther claws in his chest. I loved that line
that
so
was
much.
good.
Go ahead, ask me who I am. Ask me who I am.
Yeah, he's just how do I say it? Like he was just so demonstrative in this role. It was just great watching him. Every moment that he was on screen, he really just stole away from everyone else.
Hey, auntie.
Even to hey, auntie.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Even to a certain extent, he stole away from Andy Serkis, and Andy Serkis was great also.
And he's so dynamic.
Yeah.
As Ulysses Claw. And that segues us into Andy Serkis. Not surprisingly, was awesome.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
He is one of the most talented guys in Hollywood.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with that.
He plays Lord of the Rings characters, a Gollum.
Yeah,
right. He plays
Gollum.
Is it Smeagol? I always forget.
It's both.
It's both, right?
Yeah.
No, because hold on. I'm channeling my inner knowledge here. Smeagol got corrupted and became Gollum.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how I know that?
How?
Thank you, Dwight Schrute.
Dwight Schrute.
He says that in The Office.
That's true. He does, doesn't he? Yeah.
Okay, so he's okay, and then he also plays Snoke
Yeah.
and Caesar.
Yeah, that's true. He's
in
the
Planet of the
gorilla.
Apes. Yeah,
The gorilla
He's
in
an
Planet
ape.
of the Apes.
he's an ape.
No, he's really good with the motion capture stuff. And
He's an ape. He's not a gorilla.
okay, fine.
an ape.
Be that way. Fine.
Kidding.
He's an ape.
Anyways,
there a difference?
You're saying about Andy?
No, he's really great with the motion capture. Obviously, he didn't really do that in this movie. Just had a
Yeah, finally.
weird sound cannon arm.
That was that a little much,
I loved it,
dude?
Because that's also the thing was that
in the comics?
Yeah, that's what he has. He loses his arm.
Really, he does? Okay.
Yeah, he loses his
I
arm.
didn't check the comics, obviously,
And,
so I'm glad to know it's in the comics.
Yeah, basically like what the the character is he's at this point he doesn't actually have a physical body. He's just a sound construct. And that's actually
the red suit.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Yeah, he has that red suit. Yeah, with
so weird.
The purple face, and that's actually because spoiler alert, he dies.
And how's he revived?
He well, what the origin is in the comics is basically that he like climbs into his own sound machine and he comes out as a sound man. Like it's really weird. It's
man,
like
that's freaking weird.
How do I say it? It's what do they use? It's not petrified, but like solidified sound.
Okay, gotcha.
Which is very strange. But I think that if they were going to bring him back at any point, they might bring him back in that way.
Does that mean he could like phase like the Flash does in DC?
Kind of, yeah.
If you're sound, your vibrations.
Yes. Yeah, it's sort of weird because, yeah, it's a weird character with weird powers. Basically.
Yeah, that is kind of odd.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
And then next point, the world building of Wakanda, the way they set up Wakanda in this movie was so cool. I thought it was awesome. And that shot where they fly into a hologram,
yeah,
that was so rad.
Yeah,
I really, really liked that.
Yeah, and Wakanda looked great. Yeah, like the Golden City, I think is probably my favorite just set location, pretty much in a Marvel movie.
It's Marvel's El Dorado.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, Ryan Coogler absolutely just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
Yeah, and really everything about this movie was fantastic.
Yeah.
Because now we're going to jump into the bad, which there's not a lot of the bad in this movie, to be completely honest. And I don't want to spend a whole lot of time in the bad because I really want to jump into the impact that this movie has on the Marvel Cinematic Universe in general. So we'll kind of just blitz through these. The first point, I did not like. Okay, so in Civil War, T'Challa is, dude, he's kicking butt.
Yeah,
he's a good
he is.
fighter. And then fast forward a week later. In the timeline, it's a week later.
It doesn't.
And he
technically...
almost gets beat twice.
Yeah. It doesn't really make sense.
M'Baku almost won.
Yeah.
And then he absolutely gets wrecked by Killmonger.
Yeah. Gets thrown off the waterfall.
He's thrown off the waterfall.
Yeah, exactly. Great moment. I think I might actually disagree with you on this a little bit because I sort of the moments when I didn't necessarily there weren't a whole lot of moments where I felt genuinely worried for him because he has the vibranium suit. Bullets are just bouncing off of him, so he didn't really feel. He felt kind of immortal a lot of the time when he had the Black Panther suit
he wasn't dead.
Yeah, no, obviously
they were fooling no one.
Dead. Yeah.
So why they still try to pull that stunt on us is dumb.
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's another thing is it's that's another moment that they rip from the comics. It's in basically like in the first issue,
Killmonger doesn't actually kill him.
Throws him off the waterfall. He's not actually dead. Obviously, he comes back, but it was a cool moment to put in.
The challenge isn't over yet.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, so I kind of like the vulnerability of the character.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure. No, that's fair.
It sort of added something for me. It kind of felt a little bit like Creed or Rocky,
Okay.
You lose the fight, and then you have to come back, win the fight. Because, I mean, it's a Ryan Coogler movie.
Yep.
Of course, you can draw a comparison to Creed.
He did direct Creed, didn't he?
Yeah, he was the director of Creed. Yeah.
That movie is one of my favorite movies.
Great.
It's such a good movie. I've never been more inspired to go lift weights than after watching that movie.
And then you saw Creed. Yeah, I know. I kind of agree with that. I should probably go watch it again because I think I need the motivation.
Dude, these pants I'm wearing, they haven't fit in like 2 months. Now they finally fit again.
That's pretty good. I'm having the
hyped.
exact opposite problem. The pants that used to fit on me aren't anymore.
McKenna and I are doing Whole30.
Oh, nice.
I'm also just trying to exercise like a fiend, and it's finally paying dividends.
Yeah,
nice.
And I mean also like the weather's been so bad.
Thank you, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, the weather's been so bad. I haven't felt like going outside and running for like the past 2 months.
I know,
so
right?
I should probably do that again.
Here in Seattle,
it's been pretty disgusting.
Yep. Next point, I was kind of bummed that Claw got killed off so fast.
Yeah.
I thought he should have lasted a little bit longer in the film. Although I get why he had to get killed, because it was a setup for it was a setup for Eric to get to Wakanda.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
he brought their arch nemesis back.
Yeah,
so that he could be the arch nemesis.
Yeah, and it's sort of, I mean, it's a very interesting contrast of villains between those two. Having the man with the plan versus the man who's just a psychopath. But you can't really conclude a story with the psychopathic villain, pretty much. Or you can, but it might not necessarily be satisfying. It's kind of like the Joker.
Wait, so you think Eric had a plan?
Eric had a plan.
I mean, he did, but he also seemed like a psychopath.
Well, you know what I mean.
He wanted the people of Oakland to unleash war.
Yes, he was a psychopath. I guess I mean it in the sense that, like, Andy Serkis was just crazy, unapologetically crazy, whereas Michael B. Jordan.
I think Michael B. Jordan had, like, surgically implanted headphones and was listening to NWA his entire life.
That's quite possible. Yeah, I'm trying to think of, like
forget the police. I feel like that song was in his head the whole time.
Oh, that's his favorite song, definitely, by far. He has it on his every Spotify playlist that he's ever made. It's the first song on there. Basically, that he had a goal, whereas Andy Serkis's goal was pretty much just, I want money, I want to destroy stuff.
Yeah. He just wanted to sell off vibranium.
Yeah, he just felt like, at his core, even though he was a lot of fun to have in the movie, he was kind of a generic villain, so I get why, you can't conclude the story with him in it.
Yeah.
Also, they can bring him back as a bodiless sound man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? It's true. They could bring him back. Hopefully that does not happen. That would look utterly ridiculous.
It
would look so stupid.
But you know what? That's the other thing, is because Andy Serkis is so good with the motion capture. I wonder if maybe that's even part of the reason why they got him, because that could be part of the plan.
Dude, I hope it's not. There's no way they could look cool. Dude, he would laugh. We would laugh at him.
We would probably laugh.
We would laugh at him.
Yeah, you know what? That's a fair point. I'm
just saying.
No, I agree.
You and I both know what would happen.
It would look utterly ridiculous.
It would look absolutely. We would have the same. We had the same reaction that we both had to Leia floating in space.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What is this?
What?
This doesn't look real.
Yeah.
No,
not in the good way.
Yeah, not in a good way.
Next point. Okay, so this movie followed the MCU formula. Mm-hmm. Disposable villains.
Yeah.
I was hoping that in all the breaking ground that this movie would do, that they would break away from that part of the formula. Yeah. But again, they're executives. They can't. Mm-hmm. I bet you Coogler probably would have kept Killmonger around if he could. But the fact is, this movie is a very awesome, pivotal transition film into Infinity War.
You see, I don't know if that was... I think it may have been his decision from the beginning. To kill off Michael B. Jordan, just because of the way that the narrative of the movie was constructed. And I'm sure that the executives probably didn't have a problem with that. Also, it's a comic book movie. Ultimately, they can bring anyone back if they really want to. Sure. Plus, he's in Wakanda. They could be like, oh, we rushed him down and then we revived him against his own wishes.
How are they going to revive him? Because where's the purple or the heart-shaped herb?
I mean, they did bring back Everett Ross from paralysis in like
that was
a day.
Cool.
Not even in a day. It was like in a couple of hours.
I hope that there's more. There's got to be some more heart-shaped herb hiding around.
I think
can't
there
only be in that
is.
one chamber.
Probably, yeah. I think there's probably
give
some
that to
somewhere
Cap.
Else.
Holy crap, dude!
Oh man,
I wonder if they give some to Bucky.
Who knows? Maybe
because his arm is vibranium.
Yeah,
you can clearly see in the trailer for Infinity War. It's dark. It's a dark metal, not the silver.
Mm-hmm.
It's dark. It's like almost a charcoal black.
Yeah,
which is it's cool. Yeah, that stupid red star is off it now.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he doesn't have his communist symbol anymore.
He doesn't have the Hydra shadow following him anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. This next point, I think we touched on this next point actually.
Yeah.
How it seemed like Well, sorry for the pause here. I'm trying to think if we did touch on this point or not.
We kind of did because you brought up your coworker. Yeah.
Yeah, we did at the beginning. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. For the listeners, it was a point about the whole confusion with the heart-shaped herb when T'Challa first fought M'Baku, but we know why he had to have the herb removed and then got it back later on when he was made king officially.
Yeah.
Okay, last point. Where is the Soul Stone?
It's in Wakanda.
Dude, okay. Why did Ryan not it has to. The way they had those flashbacks to their ancestors, it's not just that flower, dude.
Yeah,
it's got to be
it's the
Soul Stone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where is it is it underneath that sand chamber? Probably, maybe, hopefully.
Yeah, it could be underneath the sand chamber. It could be just somewhere in the mound of vibranium. It has to be somewhere there, though.
It has to.
And I think that the reason why he didn't show it was probably just we kind of talked about it earlier, like making this a standalone movie. I think maybe that's why he didn't show it, because you know what, that's showing the Infinity Stone wouldn't really make sense. Yeah, like if this was the first Marvel movie you've ever walked into, which I'm sure for a lot of people it is, you wouldn't know what that is. Or what it means versus everything else in the movie, which more or less makes sense. Obviously, it's better if you watch Civil War at the very least before this.
Yeah, to at least get the introduction to T'Challa.
Yeah, at least exactly.
You need to know him and T'Chaka for a split second. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so the Soul Stone will be revealed, I'm sure, in Infinity War. It has to be,
most probably.
Or that could be one of the stones they push off.
Maybe
to the next one.
Who knows?
Either way, we're gonna know where it is at some point.
Because they are making another one after this. Yeah.
Which I knew they were gonna have to.
Oh yeah.
Which is just good. So
there's just too many people.
People are gonna die.
Yeah. Almost certainly.
Black Widow's gone.
And then they're gonna bring them all back.
No, Black Widow's gone.
Really?
I think she's gone.
I think that probably what it's gonna be is they're going to get rid of the people that are like, I never want to do this again, as in make a movie. A Marvel movie, and
so Chris Evans.
Oh, maybe Chris Evans. I feel like they're not going to kill off Chris Evans. I feel like they're going to have him walk off into the sunset.
He's said two things. He said he doesn't want to do it anymore, and then I've heard also he comes back and says, "No, if they offer me more movies, I'm going to do them."
Yeah.
So it's like
that's what a lot of actors are like. I mean, like that's what Jennifer Lawrence was like with the X-Men.
Is it because they look at their paychecks?
I think it's because of the money. I think that has a lot to do with it.
But also too, everyone loves Captain America. So why?
That's why. Yeah.
Why would he not want Why would he not want that incredible role?
I don't know. I'm sure. Yeah, I
could see Winter Soldier getting killed in this movie. I could see Black Widow getting killed in this movie. I could see Hawkeye getting killed in this movie, which would suck because everyone loves Hawkeye after Age of Ultron.
Oh, Hawkeye's gone.
I feel like please don't get rid of him.
I feel like there's still a contingent of people that just don't really care that much about him, though.
Yeah.
Which
is sad because he's awesome.
Yeah. No, I like him. Yeah, I feel like they're probably gonna off some people in this. For some reason, I don't think Black Widow. Sure. Have you heard the
Oh, she's getting a solo film.
Yeah, she's getting a solo film,
which is sick.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Have you heard the Pepper Potts theory?
No.
Okay, there's a theory going around that you know how Ultron punches the Iron Man suit in the trailer for Infinity War.
Say it again. Oh yeah, sorry, Thanos. You mean?
What did I say?
I think did you say Ultron?
Did I say Ultron? Whoops. Yeah, Thanos
decks him.
Yeah, Darkseid actually. Yeah, Thanos. Yeah, Thanos punches the Iron Man suit. One of the theories is that it's Pepper Potts in that Iron Man suit.
Why?
If you look at it, it kind of looks like it's a woman in the suit rather than Tony Stark.
I thought Tony was just getting really hybrid suits. Because that hoodie he's wearing in the trailer, I'm telling you, it turns into a suit.
Yeah, it definitely could. I mean, he has the crazy technology to do it.
Especially if they're meeting up with the Wakandans.
Yeah, I mean, if you can have a necklace that turns into your Batman
Tony Stark,
suit.
Dude, put Tony Stark in Wakanda for a day. I want to see what the heck happens.
Oh boy.
Dude, how sick could that be?
I think that they would probably end the world.
Yep.
I mean, you saw what happened when he made Ultron. He would probably make something real bad
He would create a
for
new Earth.
humanity. Yeah, exactly. He would make like a time machine that like destroys reality or something like that.
Probably. Okay, well, that's an interesting theory. I don't. That's not that far fetched.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she dies for him or something. I mean,
Yeah, that's kind of, and I mean, I don't think it's out of the question, basically, because I think how the theory goes is she goes to defend Peter Parker, who is the first one to respond, and she gets a suit from Tony, I guess, at some point. She might have even, well, because I guess he destroys all the suits at the end of Iron Man 3.
I thought it was cool that they brought her back. By the way,
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't think people were happy with how they just like disregarded her, and then so they brought her back and they got back together in Spider-Man. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like Pepper. She's
How
a good
about how they
character.
disregarded Natalie Portman?
Dude,
Then again, she decided she never wanted to make another Marvel
did?
movie
Yeah,
again.
okay.
Yeah, but I think she hates the Thor movies the same way that she hates Star Wars, the same way that she hates everything that made her money.
She shouldn't have hated Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok was great. I think that might be my favorite one, just because it was straight up hilarious.
Sorry, Jane dumped you.
Yeah.
It was a mutual dumping. She didn't die. I dumped her. It was a mutual dumping. Oh, man.
Yeah.
The movie's so funny.
It's great.
I named them Des and Troy. Because when they're together, they destroy. Executioner is so great in that movie. Oh, he's so funny.
Yeah, there were so many great lines
Oh,
in that.
so many one-liners. Big monster. Talking Hulk is so fun.
Talking Hulk is
Hulk
pretty
like
great.
big fire.
Yeah, and
Thor like small ring fire.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, talked about Winter Soldier a little bit. He's going to get a vibranium arm. We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
Wakanda is definitely going to be a battleground in Infinity War. We can see that in the trailer.
Yeah, saw it in the
They have the
trailer.
Soul Stone. It's going to be a battleground at some point.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to run this theory by you. Did you read that at the bottom of the sheet? Okay,
Yes,
so
I did.
as I'm explaining this to you, read through it again. So that kinetic energy that's built up in this theory could be far-fetched. So if it is, sorry. I think it's remotely possible.
Mm-hmm.
That kinetic energy that gets built up in T'Challa's suit is purple.
Yeah.
That purple hue, that shade, is the
Soul Stone
same.
purple.
Dude, no. The Power Stone.
Oh, the Power Stone purple. Okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy, the first Guardians. Remember that purple stone?
Yeah.
That's the Power Stone.
Yeah.
It is the same shade of the Power Stone. Why would they have the same purple? There's got to be something there.
Yeah.
We know Marvel Easter eggs enough that there's no coincidences in these movies.
Yeah. Well, because what?
So could the Soul Stone and the Power Stone be together? Could they have gotten the orb, or is there some kind of tie in space between the Soul and the Power Stone?
Yeah, I'm trying to think because it's the Nova Corps still has the Power Stone.
Nova Corps still
right?
has it. It's in the vault.
Yeah, it's in the vault. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know. Maybe. I haven't really given too much thought to that, but I mean, I guess it's possible.
I just think it's kind of remotely possible, just because why would they have it be purple? Why would that be purple? Maybe to match. Okay, another one. The heart-shaped herb.
Yeah.
Is also the same purple color. Mm-hmm. And the power that you get from the heart-shaped herb, that power, dude, it's got to be some kind of Infinity Stone. It's not just an herb.
Yeah. I think
This isn't green tea, dude. This is. Is it making you think a little bit?
Yeah.
The power that's given to the Black Panther.
Yeah.
Has gotta tie into that Power Stone somehow.
It definitely could. See, I kind of always just thought, purple is purple. They use purple sometimes in the comics for like
It just
as
looks
like a
so
highlight
similar
basically
to the
for his suit
stone.
when he uses the. Yeah. That is true. That's true. Yeah, I didn't even really consider that.
It's possible.
It's
I'm just
possible.
saying it's possible.
Yeah.
It could be possible.
See, I still think I think Soul Stone is what caused the heart-shaped herb to grow.
Sure. And that's also the other thing too, is the Soul Stone could be causing it to grow.
Yeah, and
So they'll never run out.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
The burned Soul Stone could just come back.
Yeah. So that's our last point on that show sheet.
Cool.
Such a great movie. So much fun to watch. I'm definitely gonna go see it again.
Mm-hmm.
It's just such a great film.
Yeah.
Such beautifully crafted and done. All the characters are fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. We
Character
didn't even get to
development was
talk
great.
about all the characters.
Well, I think we touched on the most important ones.
That's true.
I mean, because you could talk about this movie for 3 hours.
That's true. You
And
could.
it's,
You could talk about Angela Bassett's white hair.
Yeah. Yeah. That was out of left field.
I mean, yeah, no, that's how she's supposed to look. So, I mean, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way they set up, the way they introduced the plot line in general, the way they started it with T'Chaka confronting his brother.
Yeah.
Wow, so powerful. And then that narrative that it gave, the motivation it gave to Killmonger, to Eric, was rightfully founded. And I found myself siding with Eric a couple of times.
Yeah. No, I agree
Ultimately,
with that. I agree with that.
Ultimately, with Wakanda as in general, as a whole, but still,
Yeah.
it made you think.
I want to run one thing by you. Did you think it was did you think it was weird the way that they broke up that opening sequence? Basically, that they had it abruptly cut. You know, when I can't remember the guy's name, but Michael from This Is Us, or is it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I can't remember. Son of
Or sorry, it's not Michael. It's Russell. Is it Russell?
Oh, what's the prince's? I can't remember the prince's name.
What is the name of that character? Sorry, now I have to look that
no,
up.
look it up. But you're talking about
not the name of the character in the movie. I'm talking about the character in This Is Us. It's Randall. Okay.
What's his name in the movie? It's Njobu.
I don't know. Njobu.
Njobu.
Okay. Cool. Did you think it was kind of weird the way that they broke it up, the way that they had T'Chaka and I'm still just gonna call him Randall from This Is Us. T'Chaka goes and sees his brother. Then it abruptly cuts, and then later in the movie they go back to it.
No.
Okay.
Because they didn't want to build up the whole narrative for the villain all at once.
I get that.
And by going back, do you mean to see Eric walk in on his father laying there dead?
Yes, that's what I mean.
No, you need to wait till there was the climax of Killmonger's character in general. To do that, and that's what they did.
Well, I guess maybe even what I mean is, do you think like they could have even taken that part in the beginning when they're in Oakland and just transferred it later in the movie so that it was just one fluid scene that lasted for, I don't know how long it was in total. It was maybe like 5 minutes or something like that.
I see the point you're making, but no. The
Okay,
way
that's fair.
Ryan crafted it was perfect because you want to have that. So what he did is he laid a seed of, okay, so here's what happened a long time ago. Begin piecing this puzzle together from that first scene because this is going to matter later on.
Yeah. No, and I think there's definitely
It's a
two
classic
different ways
formula.
to construct
It's
it.
a classic formula for a movie like that.
Yeah.
And the way he told that story was awesome.
Yeah.
Because you had to know, and also too all those references to Oakland that
That's
Eric
true.
would make.
That's
you
also
wouldn't
a good
know,
point.
Why
You
is he
wouldn't have
talking
gotten
about
that.
why is he talking about Oakland?
Yeah.
And then you find out, okay, and Joby
didn't
was
think about
secretly in Oakland for Wakanda.
Yeah.
He was a scout in the States for Wakanda, basically. No, it's a great question. I see what your reasoning is, and that's a really good point to bring up. But no, the way Coogler decided to do that was the best way to tell that story. I think,
that's fair
for an origin.
And I can definitely see it both ways, I think. So, yeah, I really think either way is fine. It's just something that I kind of noticed, especially the way that I just felt like that first scene ended so abruptly. It didn't really feel organic to me, and that kind of affected my viewing of the beginning of the movie just in that way. But no, I get that from a storytelling standpoint, definitely. Yeah,
no, that's a good point. That's a great point to start closing down the program on.
Yeah.
Yeah, really fun talking about Black Panther today with my favorite person to talk movies with.
Yes.
Mr.
That's
Jerrod
me,
Arkin.
Jerrod.
One of my favorites to talk movies with. A great film. If you haven't seen it yet, please go see this movie. It is powerful. It is so fun to watch. Never a dull moment. Keeps you guessing. Makes you tie things together in the Marvel Universe without actually being a setup film, even though it is a setup film, which is the perfect way to do it. The next few episodes, really, we're going to be ramping up Marvel content.
Yeah.
We have just over 8 weeks until Infinity War comes out, and that is sure to
Only
be
8 weeks.
groundbreaking. Yeah, man, it's March 1st tomorrow.
Oh, yeah,
It comes out on May 4th.
Yeah, then we get Han Solo not long
Then we
after
get Han
that.
Solo a few weeks after. So the next couple of...
Okay.
What?
How do you feel about that Han Solo movie?
Okay, the trailer.
What are you thinking?
The trailer made it look awesome. I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm excited. I'm going to see it. I'm going to have high expectations. I'll either have my heart broken or I'll be very happy. We'll see what happens.
I can't go into this movie with high expectations.
That's
if
okay.
I'm totally
So you're
honest.
guaranteed to be delighted.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see a brand new looking Millennium Falcon, and I can't wait to see a Kessel Run on the big screen. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah,
that was in the last part of the trailer.
How did he destroy the Millennium Falcon that badly?
We'll find out. We're going to find out.
But yeah, that thing was shiny. But
the next few episodes, we'll be ramping up some Marvel content, getting stoked for Infinity War. Probably talk about we'll talk about the first 2 Avengers films.
Yeah.
Really, first off, in next episode to start ramping things up, and then we'll see where the river takes us, where the breeze takes us, where the waters take us with these next few episodes. But there's sure to be tons of Marvel content dropping here on the Point of View podcast. As always, Mr. Kade Lee is the name of I. and my partner in crime, Mr.
Jerrod.
Say your last name.
I have to say my last name?
Yes.
Arkins.
Always remember, everything we tell you here is true.
Wait.
What?
Before we go, I
have
one question.
What's your one question?
What are those?
I forgot that that was in the movie. That was so great. And with that, remember, everything that we tell you is true.
From a certain point of view.
Yes, from a certain point of view. Thank you very much, Obi-Wan. Wakanda forever. We'll see y'all later.
See ya.